Welcome again, everybody. It's really such a pleasure to meet and welcome everyone, some new friends, but many old friends who come here annually, so I feel very much at home. I don't know about all of you, but just coming into this room, such a beautiful feeling, isn't there? Such a beautiful atmosphere, and really thank you so much, Julia and Jackie, for what you've done to help create this feeling. I really loved what Gayatri was saying, that in a way we're all here exploring transformation in silence. And is there anything more important in our world at the moment? How much transformation does our world need? And we as a group often, within the silence, explore a theme. We take up a theme to really take us into that depth of awareness of change I want to bring, transformation I want to bring. And what I often find is we create this atmosphere, we co-create it, with our elevated thoughts and feelings, and then we all drink from it too, and it sustains us. But this time we're exploring a theme of purity, which we've never done before, and we've actually called it Cultivating Purity, the Source of True Power. And I wonder what that word means to you, because we all have our own perception of language. Maybe it has a little bit of a moralizing tone, that the puritanical style of, the feeling something a little bit narrow or closed or rigid. Maybe a little bit of a religious tone of, convents and monasteries and things like that. Or maybe even on a physical level, we often hear this language around something that's pure, that's non-contaminated, or it's not adulterated. Or even in relationship, we use the language of someone with a pure heart, which is someone who really interacts with a very clean intent. But you won't believe it or not, when I was at school, I studied Latin. I wasn't a very good Latin scholar. But the Latin word purus, which is where this word purity comes from, means three things: clean, clear, and unmixed. And in a way where we're going to frame this gathering or this theme, that really the spiritual journey is the journey to reach that place within myself that's clear, clean, and unmixed. It's like I'm returning to a place of purity. So the spiritual journey, we're all here because we're on a spiritual journey, all of us. And sometimes I have the thought, are we trying to become something, or are we trying to return to that which is absolutely authentic, original, pure, clean, and unmixed? And in a way, this is where we're going to travel this time, sort of letting go the layers to find that sweet place internally where I feel so comfortable, so easy, and so light. And tonight we're just really touching on the subject, but what is purity in a spiritual level? And maybe all of us have our own thoughts. To me, it's a state of being where all aspects of my life are based on truth. And when I sow a seed of truth in my inner world, a pure seed of truth, when truth flows into my thoughts, when truth flows into my feelings, when truth flows into my attitude, my behavior, it becomes purity. Purity is like the fragrance of truth, and that that fragrance sort of permeates an atmosphere. And to me, the fragrance of purity is a lightness. Sometimes that incredibly sweet feeling where your mind feels so light, so easy, so clean. a lightness, an honesty, a cleanliness, an innocence even. And so we just thought to really maybe explore this whole subject of purity. And purity is really a quality which actually the language is used quite often. And when we talk about gold, for instance, when gold is pure, it has highest value. The purer gold, the more valuable it is. In a sense, the more that I reconnect with a part of myself that's original and clean and pure, the more I feel my own value too, which I think is absolutely critical to this spiritual journey, to find that place of sense of self-value and recreate and rebuild. Purity helps me access that feeling. Even with water, when water is pure, it's healthy. And in the same way, when I really feel that sense of that cleanliness internally, I feel healthy mentally and emotionally. When love is pure, we all know how transformational that unadulterated, genuine, heartfelt love is, an incredible power. So we're going to really be exploring this quality as really the aim of the spiritual journey, to reconnect with an intrinsic part of my original self. And my own feeling is that purity is the real method for self-respect. My observation, I'm not a psychiatrist, a psychologist, or a counselor, or any of that, but I talk to thousands of people. This battle in life to have a constant sense of self-value seems one of the hardest things for all of us. And purity in a natural way restores a sense of a meaningful, respectful, loving relationship with myself. Purity is the real method for happiness. There's that saying, purity is the mother of peace and happiness. When my thoughts are clean, we all observe that I feel happy. And purity is really the source of spiritual power. And when we look at so many of the great figures of history, whether it's Buddha or Christ or Muhammad or whoever, how did they do their work? They had a spiritual purity that laid the foundation. So anyway, we're just going to be exploring this topic through the next few days. And one of the things I've observed, that when someone holds a purity, a cleanliness of intent, a cleanliness of thought, a benevolence of feeling, they radiate. Have you noticed that? You know how some people just radiate a vibration, a feeling? It's like purity is light, spiritual light. So I hope you can connect with this subject, because it's not contemporary language. It may sound a little bit old-fashioned in this world, but spiritually it's like we want to go back to the essence and resurrect, light something inside of myself that perhaps has become a bit dim. So anyway, I'm really, really looking forward to our few days together, and I'm sure it's going to be really very magical. So thank you. I'd also like to just thank Judy and Lee, of holding us and facilitating us in such a light and happy way, and they're going to be with us right throughout. So thank you both.
Did I introduce Marcella to you? Sorry.